Stop letting life break you. The Stoic way. Life has a way of testing us. A failed relationship. A dream that slips through your fingers. The betrayal of someone you trusted. Or the sudden collapse of everything you thought was secure. And in these moments, it feels like life itself is trying to break you. You wonder if you can keep going. You wonder if you have the strength to rise again. But the Stoics, those ancient philosophers who faced war, exile, slavery, and loss, taught us something profound. Life will not break you unless you let it. The nature of life's trials. The Stoics never sugar-coated existence. They knew that pain, loss, and disappointment are woven into the very fabric of being alive. MarcusAurelius, the philosopher-emperor, once wrote in his journal, "You may not control all external events, but you can always control how you respond to them." Notice what he said. Life will throw storms, but you decide whether to drown in them or to stand firm. Epictetus, born a slave, crippled, and stripped of freedom, put it even sharper. We suffer not from the events of life, but from the judgments we make about them. The world may strike you with hardship, but the breaking, that happens in the mind. Why do some people collapse under pressure while others rise stronger? Because many of us cling to illusions. We expect life to be fair. We expect people to always stay. We expect plans to unfold exactly as we designed them. But when reality does what it always does, change, we feel betrayed. Seneca warned us, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." This isn't pessimism, it's preparation. The Stoics weren't telling us to despair. They were telling us to wake up, to stop being shocked by life's blows, and to learn how to face them with steady strength. So how do we stop letting life break us? The Stoics give us one central answer. Focus on what is in your control. Release what is not. It sounds simple, but it is the hardest discipline of all. When you're abandoned by someone you love, can you control their choice? No. When a sudden illness strikes, can you dictate whether it came? No. When the economy crashes, can you command it to rise? No. But here's what you can control. The way you interpret the event. The story you tell yourself about it. The action you take next. You may not be able to choose what happens, but you always choose whether it breaks you or builds you. One of the most radical Stoic practices is amor fati, the love of fate. It means not just accepting life as it comes, but embracing it, even the painful parts. MarcusAurelius said, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it." Think about that. The obstacles, betrayals, and disappointments of your life are not fuel to extinguish you. They are fuel to make you burn brighter. Life can only break you if you see hardship as destruction. But if you see it as fuel, nothing can touch you. The Stoics didn't just write lofty words, they practiced. Here are some of their methods that can help you develop unbreakable strength. 1. Negative visualization. Every day, imagine losing what you love, your job, your health, your loved ones. This isn't morbid. It is a way of preparing the mind. When you train yourself to imagine loss, you weaken its sting when it actually comes. Imagine if tomorrow you lost your position at work. Instead of collapsing, you would remind yourself, I knew this could happen, and I have already rehearsed my response. I will begin again. 2. Voluntary hardship. Seneca advised practicing discomfort. Sleep on the floor, eat a simple meal, walk in the cold without complaint. By choosing discomfort, you remind yourself that you don't need luxury to survive. And if hardship ever comes, it cannot break you because you've already learned you can endure. 3. The discipline of assent. Not every thought deserves your agreement. The Stoics trained themselves to pause when a painful idea entered the mind. Instead of saying, "This is unbearable," they would ask, "Is it really? Or is it only my judgment?" You cannot stop the first sting of pain, but you can stop the second blow, the one you deliver to yourself. 4. Focus on virtue above all. To the Stoics, the only true good was virtue, living with courage, justice, wisdom, and self-control. If you have these, nothing external can truly harm you. They understood this. People can strip away your wealth, your status, even your body, but no one can strip away your character unless you let them. Now, let's bring this into today's world. When your partner leaves you, you can collapse into bitterness, or you can see it as a chance to learn self-reliance. When your career falls apart, you can drown in self-pity, or you can use it as the fire to reinvent yourself. When illness strikes, you can curse the heavens, or you can practice patience, gratitude, and resilience. Look at history and you'll see this pattern. Some of the strongest individuals were shaped by what should have broken them. Nelson Mandela, locked in prison for 27 years, emerged not with hatred but with forgiveness. Viktor Frankl, imprisoned in Nazi camps, lost his family, his freedom, his health, and yet he gave us man's search for meaning, teaching the world that suffering itself can hold purpose. The Stoics would say these men were not lucky, they simply lived by nature's law. Hardship comes, but the mind decides whether to break or to rise. Remember this. Every difficulty carries within it a seed. For Epictetus, slavery gave birth to wisdom. For MarcusAurelius, the chaos of empire gave birth to timeless reflections. For Seneca, exile gave birth to letters that still guide us today. The storm that you think is breaking you may actually be shaping you. A mountain does not resent the wind. The oak does not collapse because of the storm, and you too can stand firm. The Stoics were not superhuman. They felt pain, grief, and sorrow. Marcus Aurelius lost children. Epictetus lived in chains. Seneca faced exile and eventually death by command. But here is what made them different. They refused to let these things define them. That is the heart of Stoicism. Not to deny pain, not to pretend you are invincible, but to look pain in the eye and say, "You will not break me, you will shape me." If you want to stop letting life break you, make Stoicism a daily discipline. Begin your mornings with reflection. Today I will face trouble, betrayal, arrogance, ingratitude, but none of it can touch my mind unless I let it. Throughout the day, remind yourself, I control only my thoughts and actions. Everything else is not mine. At night, review. Did I live with courage today? Did I act with justice? Did I master my desires? This practice strengthens you little by little, like training the muscles of the soul. And soon, when life's storms come, you will not collapse. You will stand. So I ask you now, what has life thrown at you? What storms are you facing? Perhaps you feel broken, but remember, the Stoics remind us that brokenness is a choice. You are not broken. You are being tested. You are being refined. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way?"
The obstacle in your life right now is not your end. It is your path. Do not let life break you. Let it make you unbreakable. That is the Stoic way. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video to support the channel. Share it with someone who might need these words today. Comment below. Tell me what challenge you are facing and how you plan to face it the Stoic way. And don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to strengthen your mind, your heart, and your spirit. Because the storms will come,